Well, I planted a bunch of scallions for the first time in my life. I got a few out of the garden. Not bad. There's quite a few out there left. But I don't think the soil was all that fertile. I think I'll grow some more there next year, but I'm going to have that thing well fertilized before I do. Well, guess what? For those of you who have been following my Mish-Mash vids, you knew that I redid the entire floor, what, 55 years ago? It is now time to finally get the tile down. So what we're going to be doing is first I'm going to take a hammer, going to go around to every nail head and make sure it's still flush or slightly below the surface of the wood. Then we'll go ahead and sweep it probably 2 or 3 times and then mop it, let it dry. Then I need to put a sealer on it. Now this is what I'll be using. It's a primer and sealer in one. You mix it 1 to 1 for the first coat. This is a quart, so a quart of water to a quart of this. I guess you got to shake it up real good. I don't know. When you do your priming and sealing, you have to use a very short nap roller. In other words, don't use some big old fluffy one. Get the shortest one you can find. They sell them at Lowe's. They're a little bit expensive, but it'll save you a lot of headaches because you don't need a whole bunch of hair and everything coming out of a fluffy roller all over your floor. You just swept and mopped and tried to get as clean as possible. Anyway, here we are. I mixed it up 1 to 1 in our little bucket here, and I'm just going to make it go as far as I can. I'm not going to spare the horses on this. I want this floor really sealed well. Alright, the first coat of primer is on. Now I'm just going to go ahead and let it completely dry. Have me a nice coffee break for a couple hours. Well, it took most of the afternoon, but I think I got all the low spots filled in, and I gave it a triple priming. So what I'm going to do now, I wanted to get the tile done today, but there's never any rush. We'll go ahead and start the tiling tomorrow after it's had all night to dry. Well, it's the next day, and I've got the first 4 tiles laid. I'm not too crazy about these stick-on tiles. I'm still not nuts about them, but I'm using my own weight to kind of tack them down. You need a 100-pound roller. Well, I don't have a 100-pound roller. And you can also use a rolling pin for dough. That's what I'll do when I'm all done, is probably roll them out with a rolling pin. But anyway, the first 4 tiles are the most critical. You've got to find your center of your room, chalk it both ways with a chalk line, mark it with a pencil or a pen or something with a straight edge, and then work like a little dog trying to get it lined up with the lines. As you can see, it's very, especially if you have a floor that's not quite even, you know, try not to just go from wall over to wall. You'll wind up with a strip on this side over here, and you're like, oh man, you have, you know, like a full tile here and a tiny little tile over here, and the same thing goes for the other direction. You gotta start from the middle. So I talked to the wife. She doesn't want the marbles all going in the same direction. She wants to alternate them. Okay, fine, I don't care. I just live here, you know. It probably would look more interesting with a pattern like that anyway. So I don't know, let's continue on. By the way, sweep as you go. Sweep no matter how many times I sweep this floor. There's always debris. Sweep as you go. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Make sure the next place you lay your tile is nice and clean, and no bumps or humps or anything that may have stuck to the primer when I was priming last night. You know, because like I said, no matter how many times you sweep it, there's always junk on the floor. Well, there's where we're at so far. I've got to tell you, this stuff is not sticking to the floor like it should. I mean, I've done everything right to the subfloor, you know, to the wood. 3 layers of, or 3 coats of primer made a nice glossy finish for that stuff to stick to. This crap never was any good in my mind. I never liked stick-on tile. Anyway, I've got it outside in the sun, laying here, there, and everywhere. And then I'm bringing in like 3 or 4 tiles at a time and laying them down. And it's not doing much good. It's just, you can, I don't know if you can notice or not, but it actually buckles up various places. I don't like it, I tell you, I don't, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it. Now somebody out there might say, well, you know, you could always put glue down on the floor and then peel the backing off the tile and put it on top of the glue and you have double stick. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Many of the mastics or the glue do not, it's not compatible with the glue on the bottom of the tile. So what happens is it negates the sticking quality of the tile, and after a while it just peels up on its own. So don't think just because you put down glue and you can take these, and now there are some glues that doesn't happen to, but for the most part it does. Well, that is it, my friends. The entire floor is done, and as you can see, Mac is enjoying the vast expanse. He's just sitting there trying to figure out where everything's at. The table's missing, the computer desk is missing, everything's gone. Well, there are some flaws in it, of course, you know. I mean, I'm not a perfect guy, but I did the very best I could, and I think it looks a whole lot better now. Next month we'll budget money for baseboards. We'll stain them up. The old baseboards we've been using for years, it's time for them to go. We've taken them down, put them up several times, and you know, filled the nail holes in. I'm just tired of that. We're going to put brand new baseboards in, and we should be good to go. So I think wifey should be happy with that. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm exhausted. I'm not going to move all this crap here back in there tonight. I'm just too tired. Getting up and down, up and down, up and down, doing tiles is hard on an old man, you know? Okay, so that's what I've been doing. Why I haven't been putting up any videos. I've been working my little buns off doing this. So, well, I hope you enjoyed it and felt sorry for me. What's the matter, Mac? Huh? Mac, poor Mac. He can't see very well anymore. He can't hear. He just kind of hangs around, poor little baby. Anyway, until next time, this is John. You know, I think what Mac is wanting is his Kit Kat bars. He wants his candy bars. See, he's coming right over here. He loves, we give him white chocolate candy bars every night. He loves his Kit Kat bars. He says, man, yeah, I like them. He loves them. He'll hang around forever till he gets them too. I checked with the vet. They can go ahead and have white chocolate. And he said actually they can have a certain degree of, you know, brown chocolate as long as you don't overdo it. And I just give him another one. Here, baby. Here you go, sweetheart. Here you go. Okay, he's happy and I'm happy now.